Hello guys, this is Becca, and we are here for Rocking with Becca. It is Saturday, December the 31st. Guys, this video is to, it's to do a lot of things. But we're going, with this video, say goodbye 2022. Hello 2023. I've had a rough 2022, but I thank the Lord I'm still alive and able to get up and able to do these videos and have you wonderful people as my friends. I am so thankful for all. And I meant to go do my inhaler come on here, because I am very out of breath with my asthma. And I forgot to go do it. I was anxious to get in here and get this video started. And I messed around and didn't go take my inhaler. Sorry about that. So y'all just have to hear me gasping for breath. I'm not gasping hard. It's just I am a little out of breath because my lungs are tight and I hadn't taken my inhaler yet this morning. So anyway, we have with us today, look at that baby. Look at that baby. This is my Imani Eden. And I've put this little onesie on her. And it says, love and cuddles. And then she has her little jacket on over it. I put her some little knee-high socks on and her little white shoes. And she is gorgeous. Her is gorgeous. Now, guys, it is not cold around here today. Our little cold spell is gone. It's in the 70s today. And it's humid. And we're hot. But anyway, I thought I would bring little Imani on for the baby of the day on our Rocking with Becca. We have quite a few things to do today. So, I think we'll go ahead and, I think we'll start with the shout out so I can hurry up and say it before I forget how to say it. I try to do a shout out every Rocking with Becca I got distracted, sorry. I had gave Macy a piece of pizza crust a while ago, and anything that's big, she hides it. I have to get it and pinch it up before she'll eat it. But I had gave her a big piece of pizza crust, and I didn't know where she hid it. I knew she wouldn't get up on the bed just now when I told her to. She laid down on the little play mat that I have down here for the dolls. And just now I watched her. She got up there and she had hid it on my bed in here because I'd left this door open. And now she's got it and she's in the living room whining, trying to find somewhere else to hide it. She's afraid I'm going to get it. So it got me off track. Okay, let me see. I tried to do a shout out every Rocking with Becca. I'm trying to go through all of my subscribers, and everyone that has under 1,000 subscribers, I'm putting them on my shout out list. And I'm giving them a shout out one a Saturday. And then after I go through all of those that's under 1,000, then I'll start shouting out the ones that is above 1,000. So anyway, today I want to shout out Marilyn Lacasano. Lacasano? I forgot how to say it. Lacasano? I think it's Lacasano. I have listened to her say her name over and over and over again, trying to get it right in my mind, so when I do this shout out, I can say it right. I think it's Lacasano. If I don't really think on how to say it and I just say it, I can bring it out. So it's Marilyn Lacasano. Go check her out. I will have her link in the description. Go check her out. She only has 75 describers. She only has 75 describers, guys. Subscribers. She's not new to the dog community and to commenting, but she is new to doing videos, and so encourage her to do a video. And I don't mean to ruin her shout out, but Ren over at A Bushel and a Peck, is that your channel name? Y'all all know Ren. She's been commenting and watching our videos for a while. And she has made one video. Ren is the one that won the dog giveaway that I just recently had. Ren, I know you can't do a box opening because you've already opened it. But I would love for you to do a video showing your baby you won in my giveaway, okay? Please do a video. And let's all encourage Ren to do videos. We want to see your videos, girl. Marilyn, I've been enjoying your videos. Get some more up, girl. We've been enjoying them. So go check out Marilyn Lacasano. Lacasano? Marilyn Lacasano. Yeah. Her link's in the description, guys. Go click on it and go check her out. Encourage her to do more videos. Okay, so we got the shout outs done. So, let's see, I got my notes, guys, so I won't forget what I done. Okay, that shout outs, I told you what my baby's name is. All right, let's get to our topic today. Today's video probably won't be very long because I really don't have a lot to say on this topic because I've never experienced it. But, you know, I've been asking for you to leave in the comments topics you would like for me to talk about. And if I don't know anything about them, then we'll just talk what we know. And I will ask you, you know, if you know anything about it, to do a video talking about that topic. So, because I want to honor everybody that asks, you know, that leaves a suggestion. So today we're going to do one of the topics that Mommy to My Reborns, and her link is in the description. I can't put all these links in the title, so in the description will be the one I shouted out, which is Marilyn Lacasano, and also the one that suggested this topic, which is Mommy to My Reborns. So go check both of them out. But she suggested several different topics. And so today I picked one for today, and we'll do, you know, others along, and I'll mention her name. I like to mention your name along with your suggestion. So anyway, she put down that for me to talk about discrimination against your dogs to the point of eviction. Okay, now let me explain myself better here. It's not just that someone don't like your dolls or that they, you know, they say negative things against your dolls. I'm not talking about that. When we're talking about discrimination to the point of eviction, like to the point that someone would evict you from your apartment because of your dolls, or someone would fire you over your dolls. We're talking about serious discrimination against your dolls. I have never known of anybody that just went through that, but Mommy to My Reborns gave me a link, and if I can remember, I will put the link to that particular video, if I can find it again, in the description also, of the lady that is having problems. Now, she didn't tell me anything about anyone that's actually gotten fired from their job that she knows of, but she's watched a YouTube channel where a lady is talking about it, and about being evicted from her apartment because of her dolls. And I will put that link also in the description. You can go watch that if you would like to. So I personally have no experience with that, or know of anyone that's had, personally, other than watching that one video, of anyone that has had that happen to them. So what I would like for you to do is, I would prefer you do a video if you would, but if you don't want to do a video, then just comment below if you know of someone that has had that serious of discrimination against them and their dolls. I can't really talk on it, except for I do want to, for the sake of Mommy to My Reborns, I don't know how personal you are with that person that you gave me the link to their videos. I don't know if it's just a video you found on YouTube, or if she's someone personal to you and you know all the facts. I don't know. You didn't give me that much details, so I'm not sure how personal you are with that person. One thing I want to say is, now I try to be real. I do my best. I'm me. Sometimes I do role play or something like that. But if I tell you something, it's real. If I tell you something that's not real, I've told you because someone told me, and I believed them so much that I thought it to be totally truth. Oh, Macy, here we go. I don't believe in telling untruths. I just don't. For one thing, it makes you not be able to trust a person. You get to where you don't believe anything they say if they tell you untruths, and so I don't want to put myself in that position that people think, get to where they don't believe what I say and that I just always tell lies and stuff. I like to tell the truth. I like to be true. I like to be me. I like to tell what I know. Sometimes probably I'm too open with things. But that's who I am. I don't like it. I like to be real. I don't like to tell untruths, or I don't like to shade things over in a point that you think you're just shading it over, but in reality, it's an untruth. I like to be me. So saying all of that, and this video may be longer than I thought it would. Saying all that, if you do not, Mommy to My Reborns, if you do not know this lady personally, you have to take into consideration that people tell their stories to make them look good. They tell their stories to make them look good. So, if you don't know her personally to know for sure that she tells truth, then you need to always, not that you say she, because you don't know her. You don't know if she's telling untruth. as much as you don't know if she's telling truth. So, not that you are accusing her of lying, but you need to keep that on the surface that, everybody sees things in their own eyes, and everybody's right in their own eyes. That's the Bible. Everybody's right in their own eyes. We don't like to see ourselves as being wrong. And whenever a disagreement or something comes up, we want to think that we did the right thing and the other person did wrong. That's human nature. That's Bible. Not that I'm trying to bring religion into it, but it's just truth. And I'm talking about truth, so the Bible is truth. I have to bring that into it. But just keep it in the back of your mind that she may be just telling her story the way she sees it. Now, if you go and watch her videos, she talks about a bug problem. Roaches, a bug problem. And in reality, that's why she's being evicted, is because of the bug problem. Now, she does mention in her video that the manager, apartment owner, whoever it was, did mention that she had so many dolls, it was causing roaches. And believe me, dolls, if they're clean, if your house is clean, dolls will not cause roaches. So, you got to kind of, unless you actually know facts and know the person personally and know facts, you got to kind of keep you got to kind of keep it on in your mind that it may be just like she sees it, and that might not be the exact true way it is. So in reality, what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying this is the way it happened, I'm just saying as another scenario of a way of looking at it. Okay, we can watch her video and look at it like, oh, she's being evicted because of all of her babies. That's awful, or we can keep it in the back of our mind that in reality, she's probably being evicted because of the roaches, and the landlord just mentioned her dolls since she had so many, and maybe they don't like dolls, that they just mentioned that could be what's causing the roaches, and she picks it up and takes it that they are evicting her because of her dolls. Now, you have to keep all this in your mind. I'm not saying which way is true because I don't know the person. I've just watched the video. I don't know the person. But personally, I have never heard of or known of anyone that has been discriminated to that point because of their dolls. Mommy to my reborns, you did not mention if you knew of anyone that had been fired from their job, or if, or if this particular lady has also been, I don't know. But to me, the only way you could be fired from your job is if you brought your babies to work. And there are some jobs that will allow that, like Josie at Josie's Jungle Room. She's allowed to bring her, she's kind of off in an office by herself, and she's allowed to bring a baby to work with her. But now, if you work at a place and you've brought a baby and they've told you not to bring it for whatever reason, you're on a job. You're not supposed to bring babies to work unless you're allowed to. But you're on a job. You're not there to play with the babies. You're there to do a job. So if you've been warned and warned and warned about bringing your doll to work, and you go ahead and do it, and then you are fired because of it, you're not really fired because of your doll. Okay? You're fired because you're not abiding by the laws at work, and one of the laws was don't bring your babies to work. You got a job to do. So we have to take into consideration, unless we totally know the person, been there through the situation, and know all sides of the situation, when you hear these things on YouTube, you have to take in consideration that people are telling it the way they see it. And if you're the one that's being what you would call bombarded or discriminated against, naturally, your feelings are hurt and you're going to feel like, that you're right and they're wrong, and you're going to tell it in that manner. So there's several areas, several ways you would need to look at this. Is, do you know the true facts that it's actually because of that, because of the dolls, or if something else has been involved, and whatever. I don't want to just keep saying the same things over and over, but y'all know what I mean. But if you do know someone personally that has truly been discriminated to that point against their dolls, that something major, like evicted from an apartment or fired from a job or whatever, banned from a building somewhere or whatever, if you do know personally of someone that has actually happened to, let us know about it. Do a video telling about it. You don't have to mention the person. You can just mention the situation. How do you feel about that? Do you think that is right? That a person could evict you from your apartment only because of your dolls? That there's nothing else that ever's taken place. You keep things perfectly clean. You have no bugs. Everything. You followed all the rules. There's no hard feelings between the two of you that you've gotten in an argument. That there would be nothing else but your dolls. That this person hated the dolls so much that they actually evicted you from your apartment or fired you from a job. Or if you know, do you think that would be right? That they do that? Do you think that would be right? I don't. I think if that was sorely the reason that they evicted me from my apartment was because of my dolls, I think it would be up for a lawsuit. I think it would be, because everybody has their own likes and dislikes. What if I went to your house and let's say you collected elephant figurines, and I just hated elephants. Oh, I just hated elephants. And I just got so upset at you, and I told you that was awful. You needed to get rid of it. And I had some kind of authority in your life to ban you from something, like to, or even to the place of telling you not to come back and visit me anymore because of your elephants. That is totally wrong. Totally wrong. And when it gets to the point of evicting somebody from an apartment or firing them from a job, unless you're going against rules that they've asked you not to do. Now, in an apartment, what you collect, as long as it's sanitary, healthy, not going to cause harm to anyone else, that's your business. If you collect dolls, if you collect stuffed animals, if you collect elephants, if you collect porcelain, any kind of figurines, what you collect is your business. It's not the person's business, even though they're your landlord. It's none of their business what you collect, even though you're living in their apartment. If there's not other things, if it's not causing other problems, if it's not harmful to someone else, if it's just, an item that's not hurting anyone else, then it's not a landlord's place to tell you what you can collect and evict you from an apartment because of it. That would definitely be a lawsuit case. Now, the only way that I can get in my mind that on a job that they would fire you from a job, because see, if you don't bring your dolls or your babies, however you want to call them, to your job, then there's no reason for them to fire you. If they fired you just because they knew you had dolls at home, then that would definitely be a lawsuit case. That would definitely be discrimination. But if you are bringing a doll to work and they've asked you not to, that's their business, their job. They're paying you to do a job. So if they ask you not to bring your baby to work and you do it anyway, then in reality, you're not getting fired because of your job. You're getting fired because you're doing something against the rules of the job. And yes, that is a legit rule, that if they ask you not to bring your doll to work, that is a legit rule. I don't think that would hold in court. I don't think a person that went ahead and brought their doll to work could win in a court. You know, if they went ahead and done it against the boss's, desires, because that's his or her, that's their prerogative. If they want to do that, that's their, I can't think of the right word, my mind went blank. But anyway, if you know of anyone that has truly been discriminated to that point, please let us know the situation. Like I said, you don't have to mention the person. You don't have to tell their names or who they are or anything. Just tell the scenario, the situation. And then even if you don't know, tell if you think that should be done to that point. If discrimination against should be done to that point. And I definitely don't. If it's actually happening to that point, that there's nothing else that's took place, that they're just evicting you from your apartment because you have dolls and there's nothing else involved in it, or they find out you have dolls at work when the people at work finds out you have dolls, that they fire you because you're your dolls. You hadn't brought them, you hadn't done anything else against the rules, and they just fire you. That's going too far. So, just speak on it, either in the comments, excuse me, guys, either in the comments or, like I said, I would love for you to do a video talking about what you think about it, or if you know of anyone that has actually went through that. So, like I said, I don't have a whole lot to say about that because, being discriminated against to that point, to me, it just seems like there has to be something else involved. There has to be something else involved that's not just the dolls to go to that point. So be careful. Be careful what you take as total written in stone truth that you hear on videos. If it's not someone that you have watched for a while and know for a fact that they're a good person, you haven't, if you hear someone on YouTube that is just constantly complaining about discrimination, even if it's not to that point, just discrimination against the dolls, or someone has said this and someone has said that, and that's all their videos is about, is what people have said and done against them. You might need to put a check by their name and consider maybe unsubscribing, because there's usually a whole lot more involved than what they bring out on the surface. They want to make themselves look good by making someone else look bad. And most of the time, it doesn't make you look good when you do that. So just be very cautious. Be very cautious. Watch a video. Pay attention to what people says and does. And if there's always complaint and always barking at and biting at, and then my suggestion and what I do is unsubscribe. So that's just my feeling. Okay, and the video is longer than I thought it would be, but I really, like I said, I really haven't had a lot to say on it. I've brought out scenarios that it could be or whatever, but I really don't know how to talk on that, because that is really some discrimination if it gets to that point. But I want to, before I go, I want to share some Christmas cards. I know it's after Christmas, and some of these I have shown already, but I wanted to share these. And if I've missed your card, guys, I am so sorry. One of these cards just come in the mail yesterday. If I've missed your card, I am so sorry. If you sent one and I'm not sharing it, then it may be that I've looked at it and misplaced it, or hubby opened it up and looked at it, and I don't normally misplace my cards, but you know that it could happen, and all the, you know, my mind is not bringing words that I want. You know, all the hustle and bustle of the holidays, it's a possibility one might have got laid somewhere misplaced and maybe accidentally put, you know, along with some things that we might have trashed or whatever. Believe me, I'm not thrown any away purposely, but just in case you have sent me a card and I don't show it today, understand I didn't leave you out on purpose. I didn't throw the card away on purpose. It's just, you know, in the hustle and bustle of life, sometimes things happen. But I do have quite a few cards. One, you know, a handful of cards. And like I said, some I've probably already shown, and some I haven't. So I want to go ahead and share them with you again. But here is the one that came yesterday. It says Season's Greetings. Beautiful card. It's glittery silver. And it says, wishing you joy and cheer and a happy new year. Now, I'm not going to read the personal note. I mean, it's not nothing I couldn't read, but I'm just not going to read the personal part, the handwritten part. I'm just going to read what the card says and tell you who it's from. But this is from Erica from Little Ohana's Dolly World. Thank you so much, Erica. I love it. And I just got it yesterday on the 30th of December. This one here actually was in the winnings that I got when I won the little Grinch doll. This says, have a Merry Christmas. May your days be warm and your heart be merry. And this is from Mel at Gigi Ma. And that's all she put was Gigi Ma. And I cannot remember the whole thing of her YouTube channel. I'm sure y'all know who she is. Thank you, Mel. I love it. This one here says Merry Christmas. Beautiful card. And it says, wishing you and your family cozy, warm nights and unending memories. Merry Christmas. And this is from Lori, which is, I know her channel. Huggle, something Huggle. I'm telling you guys, my mind is not bringing words up today. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Something Huggle. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry, Lori. I should have wrote it down. I should just write every word out that I want to say. because my mind sometimes just does not bring things up. I know her channel just as good. She made my Tiffany. She's the one that reborn my Tiffany doll. I mean, that's not the kit name, but that's what I named my doll, Tiffany. Reborn Huggles. Reborn Huggles. Reborn Huggles. Duh. Reborn Huggles. Okay, here's one that says, "'Tis the season. May the spirit of Christmas fill you with joy." And like I said, I'm not reading what they wrote inside. I'm just reading the card part. This is from Kim. I think it's Kim Dollies, if I'm not mistaken. Kim's Dollies on YouTube, or maybe it's Facebook. I know one of them came from a Facebook, people in a Facebook. This may be, I'm just can give you what I can give you, guys. I can't bring up any more in my mind than it'll let me. This one here says, "Joy to the world." Look at that beautiful card with the angel on it. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. "Wishing you all the brightest blessings of the holiday season." And this is from my dear Dolly friend, Jonda. It says, from Jonda and her babies. Oh. And like I said, she's wrote some extra in there, but I will, I've already read it, and I'm not going to read it on camera. But gorgeous. Thank you, Jonda. I love the card. Love it, love it, love it. This one says, "Rejoice, Christ is born." Look at that beautiful card. Isn't that gorgeous? And it says, "This Christmas, may your heart rejoice in knowing you've received from Him the greatest gift of all." That's right. And this is from Carol's Cuties. Thank you, Carol. Look at the pretty little, let me make sure I got it turned right. The pretty little sticker she sent. Friends in Jesus. Is that right? Fearless in Jesus. Becca can't even read, y'all. Not only can she not bring words to her mind, but Becca can't even read. Fearless in Jesus. I love it. Thank you so much, Carol. From Carol's Cuties. This one here, guys, and one of my little snowballs has come off. I had another little snowball, or like the fluffy thing on top of the hat was up here, and it came off. But this says, "Let it snow." Look at the pretty little card. It has Santa, a snowman, and a penguin. And the little snowman's fluff ball came off the top of his cap. "Wishing you a magical Christmas and wonderful New Year." And this one is from Deb. Now, Deb is, she watches my videos, but she does not have a channel. Her husband does, that he does, he listens to, he's a minister, so he listens to commentaries and things like that on YouTube sometimes. But she does not have a YouTube channel, but she does watch my videos, and she watches a lot of yours. Her name is Deborah Wood. I am so sorry, Deb. So sorry. But I've heard Carol mention Deb before, and the wonderful comments and things that she's made, and so I know several of you know her, but she sent me this beautiful card for Christmas, and that's it, guys. That is my beautiful cards. And if you sent me a card and I have not shown it, I am so sorry. Like I said, either it hasn't made it, because one of those cards, the one from, which one was it? The one from Erica. Just came yesterday. So either it hasn't shown up, or somehow or another, and all the commotion of the holidays, it got misplaced accidentally. Now, I am going to be making me a scrapbook where I'm putting all my cards in that anybody sends me. Whether it's holiday cards, birthday cards, whether it's just a I love you card, you want to send me a card. Now, I do not have my address in, the description of my my videos, because safety reasons, because I don't have a post office box. But if you want to send me something, and you're someone that I have been watching for a while, and I feel I can trust you, all you have to do is email me and ask me for my address. My email address is always in my description. So anytime you would like to send me a letter or a card, just email me, ask me for my address. And like I said, if you're someone that I'm familiar with, I'm doing it that way because I don't want to just anybody to have my address. If I don't know you, I haven't watched you, and don't know what you're doing, and whether you're actually a doll person or or whatever, I'm not just going to put my address out there. Now, if I had a post office box, I would, but I'm not just going to put it there for just anybody to be able to go into my channel and find my address. So if you would like to send me a card or a letter, I'll be glad to give you my address if I'm familiar with you. And like I said, just email me, and I'll give you my address, because I love receiving cards. Love it. And like I said, I'm going to make a scrapbook, and I'll be showing y'all along the scrapbook that I make. I have this big book that I'm going to start putting my cards in. I'm going to paste my cards in it, and I'll show y'all along all my beautiful cards that I received, and I'll show it in my scrapbook. So yeah, so anytime you would like to send me a card or a letter, feel free to do so. I love receiving cards and letters. I'm not asking for goodies, although if you decide to send some goodies, I am very thankful and grateful for it, but that's not what I'm asking for. I'm just saying, if you would like to send me a card, you don't have to send me a card. This is nothing you have to do. This is for your own liking of what you want to do. If you just would like to send a card, I'd be glad to receive a card. And if you don't already have my address, email me. If I'm familiar with you, I will give you my address. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the Rocking with Becca, although I haven't got to rock very much today, because guys, I have a barrier behind me that I cannot sit back in my chair. See my barrier right there? Can you tell what my barrier is? Can you tell what my barrier is right there? That's my barrier in my chair that's keeping me from sitting back. No, you don't have to get up. Mama's sitting back down. So she climbed up there behind me. You probably heard her snore. She climbed up there behind me and went to sleep. So Mama hasn't been able to sit back and rock for this video. Lay down, baby. I disturbed her, guys, but I'm fixing to have to get up anyway because the video is about to end. I didn't mean to scream. I looked at the time. 45 minutes, guys, and here I said this was not going to be a long video. I am not apologizing. Somebody told me not to apologize for my long videos. I'm not apologizing. I wish I could remember who you were. I'd give you a shout out. I'd give you a big shout out. I can't remember who it was. So, guys, Rocking with Becca is just going to be a long video. Just anytime you start to watch Rocking with Becca, just make sure you go ahead and get you a glass of iced tea or a soda or a cup of coffee and sit back and relax and watch Rocking with Becca, because it's going to be long. I'm going to quit saying it's not going to be long, because every time I do, it's long anyway. All right, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I haven't bored you. Oh, anyway, I have gotten some awesome comments on the Rocking with Becca series. And I really do appreciate it, guys. I mean, probably the reason I talk so much, I've always said I wasn't a big talker, but you couldn't prove it by these Rocking with Becca videos. But see, I have nobody to talk to but my hubby and my dolls and Macy. I have no friends and or no family even to call and talk to. I have family, but that's another subject. But anyway, oh guys, I'm so sorry. I guess I talk so much because I don't have anybody to talk to. And so when I sit down here and I start talking, I feel like I'm talking. I can picture y'all in my mind. All of my different subscribers that comments. As I'm sitting here talking, you come to mind. You flash through my mind, and it's like I'm actually talking to you in person. Because I'm anticipating getting my video up and seeing what y'all have to say about what I've said or talked about, and hearing your comments or seeing your videos on the subject or whatever. I'm anticipating it, and I'm just excited, that I'm having some communication back and forth. Guys, I'm silly today. Yes, I am feeling better. Can you tell? Now, I am a silly person. I love having fun. I love talking and laughing. Now, like I've said many times when I say I'm not a big talker, and that's probably why I talk so much on my videos, because I feel like I know you guys. But, once I get to know a person and we, hang out or whatever, I can talk. And I like to laugh and have fun and pick and, be jolly and silly. And that's just me. That's what I just love it. And so, I feel like I'm talking to you, all of you wonderful people that I feel like you are my friends. I feel like I know you. I feel like if I was to meet you in person, that we would just continue like we've known each other all along, because of getting to know you here on YouTube. And so sometimes if I'm feeling good, I like to get silly. I like to act silly and say silly things. And then I'll get to thinking, oh, do they think that I'm drinking or I'm high on something or whatever? I promise you, I am a Christian. Full forth a Christian. I do not drink any kind of alcoholic beverages whatsoever. None ever touches my lip. And I am I don't do any kind of drugs. I'm even very, very careful with my prescribed prescriptions my doctor gives me. I've had too much contact with that sort of thing. I know they've made a certain source available now, made it legal. If I know that's in something, forget it. Forget it. It's out. It's out. I'm going to have to be almost dying and can't take anything, any more pain or any more whatever before I take something like that, because I've seen too much of what prescription drugs, just prescription drugs. That's not counting the hard stuff out on the street. Just prescription drugs. I've seen too much of what it does to people, and I'm very cautious. Now, I may get to the point that I have to take a powerful pain pill, but I promise you it's going to be when I reach that point that I cannot live any longer in the pain. Because I don't like that kind of stuff. So if I get silly on here, just know it's me. That's the way I like to act. I like to feel free. I like to feel happy. I like to, be silly. I like to laugh and talk. And when I'm feeling good, I may act silly sometimes. So don't think I'm off. It's just me. It's actually the true me when I'm all solemn and you can say I feel bad. That's not the true me. That's the me in pain or in whatever. In depression or in whatever. That's when you can say something's wrong. If I'm not the cheerful, laughing, silly person. So, there we go. You got me. Like I said, I'm true blue. I who I is. I who I is. So, I'm going to go, guys. We do have several other topics that that I can, that I have for previous, not previous, future. Excuse me. Oh, anyway, we have several other topics that we're going to talk about on Rocking with Becca. Okay? And if you have any other topics you would like for us to discuss and talk about, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to remember to write them down. Now, Mommy to my reborns, I almost thought I wasn't going to have one of the topics you asked me to do because I didn't write it down. The minute I read the comment, I was probably busy, read the comment, and went on and did what I was doing. And then when I come back, I could not remember. I searched and searched, and I thought I wasn't going to find it. But I finally found your comment and was able to write it down. So there's another comment that's going to be talked about, discussion from Mommy to my reborns. And so if you have anything you would like for me to discuss, it's a possibility you've already made some comments and I forgot to write them down. So if I never hit your comment, if I never discuss your topic that you've asked me to discuss, redo it, re-comment it, please. Because I've probably read it, went on about my business to do something, and forgot to write it down. So, comment it again if I haven't talked on your topic. Or if you've never asked me to talk on never put a topic in there, please do so, and we will do our best to cover. Guys, bye. 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 Quit holding me on here. Would you please? I've got to go. Let me go. It's 53 minutes. I've been on here. I've got to go. I've got to go. See y'all later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.